I used to love my morning jog through Riverside Park. It was a typical Tuesday in October. The sun wasn't quite up yet, but there was enough pre-dawn light to see clearly. The park was quiet, except for the occasional car passing on the nearby road. I'd done this route hundreds of times, down the main path, past the old playground, around the pond, and back. The first warning sign came when I noticed there weren't any other joggers around. Usually, I'd see at least 2 or 3 regulars, like Mike with his golden retriever and the elderly couple who power walked every morning. But that day, it was just me and the emerging dawn. I was about halfway through my route, approaching the pond, when I heard rustling in the bushes to my left. Nothing unusual, probably a raccoon or a stray cat. But then I noticed something odd. All the early morning birds had stopped chirping. The silence was absolute. Suddenly, I saw a man standing perfectly still among the trees about 50 feet ahead, just off the path. He was wearing dark clothes and what looked like a balaclava. I immediately got worried and slowed my pace as I considered my options. The path curved right toward the pond, but there was a maintenance access road to my left that led back to the parking lot. I had to make a quick decision. I chose the access road so I could at least get to the car park and see someone there. I had a bad feeling about this man and tried to maintain a steady pace, pretending to ignore him while my heart hammered in my chest. After about 20 seconds, I glanced back. He was on the path now, walking briskly behind me in my direction. I picked up my speed, and so did he. I broke into a sprint, no longer pretending this was just part of my workout. The sound of his footsteps behind me got faster and louder. I couldn't tell how close he was because I didn't dare look back again. The parking lot was still a quarter mile away. My earbuds slipped out as I ran, but I didn't stop for them. The access road was uneven, full of potholes and loose gravel. One misstep, I thought, and I could sprain my ankle or fall, but I just ran. He outpaced me and grabbed me by my t-shirt, then pulled out a knife and held it to my throat. "You scream and you're dead," he said. That's when I knew I was in serious trouble. Then he told me to go behind a small toilet that was somewhat hidden from the walking track. I thought he was going to either rape or kill me, or both. He then told me to get down on the ground and started to pull down my joggers. I pleaded with him not to hurt me, but he just told me to shut up or he'll kill me. I felt numb and just did what he said. As he was raping me, he got disturbed by 2 joggers who were running and coming towards us. I could hear their voices getting louder, talking and laughing out loud. He thought he might get caught, so he got up and ran. I was so relieved and pulled up my tracksuit pants. I lay there for a minute, trying to pull myself together, but then I thought, what if he comes back? I got up and ran down the maintenance road, where I saw a garbage truck coming for the morning collection. As I got to the truck, the driver jumped out of his cab and saw me standing there catching my breath. "Are you okay, miss? You look like you've seen a ghost," he said. I just stood there, nodded, trembled, and called the police. The police arrived quickly and searched for the man, but found my earbuds on the access road instead. They took me to the station, where I gave them a statement and description of the man. After that, they suggested that I go to the hospital for a medical evaluation. An ambulance took me there, where I was required to undergo what they termed victim of sexual assault examination. It was very invasive and felt degrading. Since my incident, they increased patrols in the park, but I never went back there again. Then, 3 weeks later, I got a call from the police, and they told me they had arrested someone and asked me to identify him at the police station. I was very nervous about their request and didn't like the thought of seeing the man again. However, it wasn't the same man. Knowing that he was still out there, I became worried that he may somehow find me again, so I moved to another state. I run on a treadmill at the gym now. Sometimes I look over my shoulder in the mirror between sets, half expecting to see the man standing and staring at me from somewhere. I still wake up in the mornings sometimes, wondering what might have happened if those two joggers hadn't spooked him, or if that garbage truck hadn't shown up when it did.